Picture your city right now. The biggest sporting event in human history just landed in your backyard. 48 teams, 104 matches, 16 host cities, and one number you were never supposed to do the math on. FIFA expects to walk away with about $8.9 billion. So your city must be getting rich too, right? Wrong. Your city is on track to lose money. 11 U.S. host cities are staring at a shortfall of more than $250 million. Here is the machine, drawn out so you can see exactly where the money goes. First, the size of this thing, because the scale is what makes the money work. 48 teams, 104 matches, 3 host countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Of the 16 host cities, 11 are in the U.S., and they carry the bulk of the matches. FIFA expects something like 5 million international visitors pouring in for the U.S. games alone. 5 million people chasing a fixed number of seats in a fixed number of cities over a few short weeks. That is the demand. And demand, when supply can't move, is exactly what makes a price spike. Hold on to it. Start with the cash, because the cash is the whole story. That $8.9 billion is just the 2026 tournament. Across the full 4-year cycle, FIFA pulls in around $13 billion. Where does it come from? Mostly 3 pipes. TV and broadcast rights, roughly $4.26 billion. That is nearly 40 cents of every dollar across the 4-year cycle. Fox alone paid about $480 million just for the English language rights in America. Sponsorship, about $2.69 billion. And tickets plus hospitality, around $3.10 billion. Add it up, and almost every channel of money runs through one door. Now here's the part that actually changed. For the first time, FIFA is running this tournament itself. It deals directly with the host cities, which means FIFA controls all of the revenue, the media money, the sponsors, the tickets, the hospitality, the merch. And the cities? The cities control the costs. Hold that thought, because it is the entire trick. Now the tickets, because this is the part where you actually feel it. For the first time ever, a World Cup is using dynamic pricing. Same idea as surge pricing on a ride app. The more people want a seat, the higher the price climbs. A group stage ticket started around $60. A seat at the final? It opened near $6,730. And then it moved. By April, that same final seat had climbed to about $10,990. Some seats on FIFA's own site crossed $12,000. Prices went up for 90 of the 104 matches. Say you just want to follow your team from the first match to the final. That is 8 games. Cheapest path? About $6,900. Most expensive? Up to $16,400. For comparison, the top seat at the 2022 Qatar final was around $1,600. So we are talking very roughly 4 to 5 times higher. And the prices react in real time. After the US beat Australia, one match jumped 68% to about $2,314. After the US-Turkey game, another rose 105% to about $2,150. Now the clever bit. Say the price is too high and you decide to resell your ticket. FIFA built its own resale marketplace. It charges the buyer about 15% and the seller about 15%. That is up to 30% on a single flip. So the same seat can be sold, resold, and sold again, and FIFA clips a fee on every single hop. Reportedly about 6 times the cap they used in Qatar. And in the US and most of Canada, sellers set their own price, so listings sit above face value, which only pushes the numbers higher. So every time a ticket changes hands, FIFA gets paid again. The attorneys general of New York and New Jersey have opened a probe into all of this. FIFA says the prices simply reflect market rates. Some economists say the market was, in their words, rigged by design. Okay, so FIFA wins on tickets, but surely the host city wins on all those visitors. Here is where the bill arrives. FEMA awarded a historic $625 million across the 11 U.S. host cities just for security. Then a separate $250 million grant to defend the skies against drones. Atlanta's slice, around $52 million. Kansas City, around $59 million, plus another $5 million for a fan pavilion. Go north, and it gets heavier. Toronto's estimated cost in Canadian dollars climbed from maybe $30 to $45 million back in 2018 to around $300 million, and then up toward $380 million. Canada-wide, the public bill is projected to top $1 billion. The parliamentary budget officer pegs it near $82 million per game. And the cities can't even claw it back the obvious way. FIFA's contracts block host cities from signing their own local sponsors because a local food deal might cut across a primary partner like McDonald's. So with the big money locked up, some cities are reportedly left pitching their, quote, local dry cleaners and mechanics. The plan had been a net benefit of roughly $25 to $30 million per city. Instead, that collective shortfall north of $250 million. Critics call it the worst deal in FIFA World Cup history. So is hosting ever worth it? This is the twist most people miss. Andrew Zimbalist, an economist at Smith College, puts it bluntly. Host city costs run, he says, well over $100 million. And then this line. None of them will benefit economically because they don't get the revenue, but they get the costs. Victor Matheson at Holy Cross adds the cold logic behind the pricing. FIFA is not coming back to the United States for another 30 or 40 years, so you can afford to make that ticket buyer angry today. Now, to be completely fair, FIFA disagrees. FIFA's own commission study projects up to $40.9 billion in added global GDP and around 824,000 jobs worldwide. For the US specifically, it projects about 185,000 jobs and roughly $17.2 billion in added GDP. That is the promise. But that study was paid for by FIFA, and decades of independent research on past hosts keeps landing in the same place. Once you account for crowding out, for tourists who would have come anyway, and for revenue that leaks straight back to FIFA, the real boost is usually neutral to negative. Remember Brazil's 2014 stadium in Manaus? 42,000 seats, built for a local team that drew about 1,500 fans. A white elephant the public kept paying for long after the cameras left. And then there's the layer that feeds on all of this. Sky-high prices plus desperate fans is the perfect feeding ground for fraud. On May 27th, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center put out a warning. Criminals are cloning FIFA's ticketing site to steal your information and sell you tickets that don't exist. Investigators identified at least 36 fake FIFA lookalike domains. One operation, nicknamed Ghost Stadium, reportedly ran more than 300 phishing sites. A pixel-perfect FIFA clone. Even a fake login, in around 11 languages. The playbook is always the same. It starts with a link, in a Telegram group, a WhatsApp message, a Facebook ad, a Reddit thread, a Discord server. Anywhere desperate fans are searching for a seat. Then, they move you off the platform, into an encrypted chat, where there's no record and no oversight. Then they want payment by Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, gift cards, or crypto. Why those specifically? Because once that money is gone, it's gone. There's almost no way to claw it back. And what do you actually get? Maybe a fake PDF. Maybe an edited screenshot of a real ticket. Maybe a genuine ticket that they quietly sold to 5 other people too, and yours dies the second you scan it at the gate. The one piece of advice every expert keeps repeating: pay by credit card. It's the only method that gives you a real shot at a refund. It's not just tickets. Customs officers in Miami seized over 16,000 counterfeit World Cup jerseys in a single stretch. In Indianapolis, a sweep called Operation Winner's Circle pulled nearly 1,600 more items, most of them shipped in from Hong Kong. And across Europe, Operation Clean Trade seized more than 66,000 fake jerseys and kits. The same hype FIFA spent years building, the scammers are monetizing too. Everyone wants a piece of the demand. So zoom out. FIFA designed a tournament where it keeps nearly every dollar of an $8.9 billion haul, while cities and taxpayers absorb the cost. It made tickets surge, then took a cut every time you resold one. And in the gap between the hype and the price, a whole shadow economy of scams moved in. In July, the trophy gets lifted, the lights go down, and everyone goes home. The trophy leaves, the debt stays. So before any city begs to host the world again, ask the one question that actually decides who wins, who pays, and who keeps it. If this changed how you watch the game, follow for a new story every day.